Everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is Paul Nguma, founder of PATTERNOLOGY Lab. In today's video, we're going to be talking about a stock that looks like it's about to go parabolic next week and why you should definitely be keeping it on your watch list for sure. And I'm also going to be answering some of you guys' questions for those of y'all who dropped your stocks of interest in yesterday was Christmas. In Thursday's video, all right, in the comments of Thursday's video. So without further ado, let's get started. Let me change the scene really quick. Okay, right off the bat, futures market is not open yet, and for those of y'all who miss Thursday's video, again, I'm not bearish on this one. I'm still not bearish on the market until I become bearish on the market. But we'll follow up on this later. But the stock that y'all have seen on the thumbnail that is about to go parabolic next week, I feel, is LCA. All right, and LCA had a massive move recently. All right, the stock has been slowly grinding upwards. Right, it's very strong. If you look at it on the daily chart, which is what I'm really interested in, we were covering the stock down here. There was a massive trap over here. I told all of you that this is a short trap, and then it squeezed afterwards. A lot of people thought that this thing was going to go to 30 like very, very soon over here. And then it dipped again, and then it started to consolidate and consolidate. And right now, it looks prime for a run all the way up over here to this region. All right. I think it can break above $30 very, very soon. This is not weak, people. This is really not weak. It looks really strong. And honestly, as a short seller, I wouldn't go in there like now. Or I wouldn't go in there Monday or even Tuesday. I really wouldn't. I really wouldn't. It's taking out these group of short sellers. Let me use the box. Yeah. It's taking these individuals out. All right. And then watch this thing to open up slightly higher on Monday at around like $26. There may be like a tiny little pullback early in the morning, but if it's not drastic, if it's not convincing for short sellers to like add to their position to try to bring the stock all the way down to like $17, if that's not convincing, all of them will panic. Like all of them, the majority of them would panic. Let me just get rid of that. Yeah. And when they panic, the price of the stock will rise slowly, slowly until it reaches the price target. All right, $30 minimum, maximum $33. So definitely keep that one on your watch list for sure. The chart is looking very convincing and I like it, and it's good enough to be featured on this video. Now, let's talk about you guys' stocks of interest. Now, the very first one that we're going to be covering is a stock that also wants to go parabolic next week, and that stock is Beam. Okay, I've been hearing a lot of stuff about Beam. Lots of you are asking a question about the stock. I don't like the stock for one reason, and for one reason only, honestly. And it may not matter to a lot of people out there, but the reason why I don't like it is because it doesn't have stock options. It doesn't have an option chain, which makes me really, really sad. I wish it did so that I could actually participate in this and make a lot more money during this move instead of making dollars per share, right? Because we trade options here, right? So it makes me very sad. But hopefully next week they add, maybe next week they add an option chain. Maybe in 2 weeks they add an option chain. That would be really, really nice, okay, for us to participate on this to the long side and to the short side. But as of right now, for anybody who is in this, who is trading this actively, going in short either on Thursday or Monday, I don't think that's a good idea. Personally, I wouldn't. I definitely wouldn't. I would like to see it anywhere between like 80, 70 to $80 extremely rapidly, like very, very vertically, like just a parabolic move that make everybody's pupils just dilate very, very big when the euphoria kicks in and everybody's like, oh my god, it's gonna go to 100, buy more. Yeah, that's when you should think about shorting this thing. But as of right now, it's just looking strong. I like the volume at the bottom, and again, I don't have any issues with this one. Watch this thing for potential long, especially on Monday. And that is my very honest opinion of Beam. Now, the next one that we're going to be covering, that one is PS. Somebody asked about PS, and I thought this was a good recommendation, and so far I like it. When I look on the chart, what I see here, especially on the weekly, I see a reverse head and shoulders. It's very clean. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Okay. Watch this thing for a run all the way up to probably 30 bucks. Okay. Um, yeah, 30 bucks long term target. Short term target, at least I would like to see it at the neckline around $23. It has a lot of room to run. And if you look over here again, I told you guys this thing. This is a runaway gap. It gaps up and then just runs. It doesn't stop. It just goes. It just keeps running and running, and it does not stop. Just like apps. Again, this is another crash course for some of the beginners. This is what's happening here. It runs, and then it just does not crumble back down here. It just keeps going high and high and high all the way up here. Okay, so that's what I see here in apps. So we got this runaway gap, and then on a weekly we got a very clear and obvious reverse head and shoulders. Do not, honestly, again, this is my very honest opinion. Shorting this would not be in your favor. I don't see this thing crumbling anytime soon, unless the neckline fails, like another stock, like RKT, for example. Unless we see this thing, that right there, then you should not be thinking about shorting it. But this is a great segue to talk about RKT. As you can see, the neckline fell, and right now it's just going down. Okay. And honestly, I wouldn't be surprised to see this thing crumble all the way back down to 20 and then go sideways for about a week or two before trying to make another move, either in either direction. But as of right now, I wouldn't touch it. This was very easy money here, and then when it failed, I have no clue what is going on. And honestly, I don't really care because the market is huge and there's multiple opportunities out there. And I'd rather put my money in stocks, or I'd rather put my money in patterns that I know exactly where they're gonna go. I'm just gonna say that. Yeah. So right now I'm not touching RKT. I have it on my watch list. I don't have any big plans for this thing. I don't think this thing is gonna spike tomorrow. You can just keep it on your watch list and just watch what it does. Watch for something unusual here. Eventually, the stock will make an obvious move, and it will be decent enough for me to cover it again in this video. The next stock that we're going to be covering is Net. Somebody asked about Net. Again, this one was a very clean pattern for all of you who have been subscribing to the channel. Lots of money to be made here. All right, it was literally $2 shy of the price target over here, right? It just literally flirted with 90 bucks, and then it came right back down, and then it did it again over here, and then came right back down. I think it might hit 90 bucks. I'm not bearish on it yet. I'm really not bearish on this one yet. I can't be right now. I do think it might run just a little bit higher. All right, just a little bit higher to 90 bucks, and then from there I start turning bearish. Okay, but as of right now, it's just not too tempting for me as a short seller to want to go in short heavy to try to like make money on the way down. Not yet. Not yet. I want it to rise just a bit higher. Okay? Just a bit higher. But it did good. It did good. Lots of money to be made here, and I couldn't be happier about this stock. The next one that we're going to be talking about, yeah, I've been asked me to do a follow up on Ride. Recall that one, I believe, on Wednesday or after this day, actually, after the bullish engulfing candle. And this one is actually within a reverse head and shoulders, which I've drew on the chart. Now the reverse head and shoulder is complete. And so far, I think it's moving right. Pullbacks are normal, okay? Pullbacks are completely normal. It's fine. I'm not bearish on the stock. Just give it some time and let's see what it does. It looks really, really good. And I still think that we're gonna go to 30 very, very soon. Just like I think Workhorse is also going to go to 30 very, very soon. I'm not bearish on either stock. They both look good. They both look really, really good. Okay, now the last one that we're going to be covering, the last one that we're going to be covering for this video, that one is Mara, M-A-R-A. All right, and M-A-R-A, I know this is very, very tempting for short sellers. Like right off the bat, I can see it. I can see the weakness here. Okay, I can see the drop in volume here, and this is not looking too great. But let me just tell you this thing: I'm not bearish on these companies that follow BTC. I'm really not, and the reason why I'm not it's because I'm not bearish on BTC at all. That thing looks monstrous and is continuously squeezing short sellers. For those of y'all who are not aware of what I'm talking about, let's take a look at that. Let's do trading view, BTC, USD. Let's look at that really quick. Let's see what's happening in that sphere. We don't usually talk about that because again, we trade options here because options pays us the most money. But I can't ignore this thing. And plus, if you see this thing is just continuously squeezing shorts, and I don't think this is done yet. For those of y'all who are indulging in this, all I can say is be careful if you're trying to go short because this is a monster. And if I'm not bearish on this thing and these little stocks like Mara and what else? Riot. Yeah, and Riot, which I warned all of you on that specific weekend, right? I warned all of you that this looked like a double top with a trap right there. And I could see a lot of short sellers getting in short, trying to make money on the way down, and they got crushed. Immediately, there was a short squeeze that followed. So this one, again, I'm not bearish on it because I'm not bearish on that monster thing that we just looked at, this one right here. I'm not bearish on that one, not yet. Where do I see let's see, where do I see Riot going? Maybe to around like 18 bucks, maybe to around over here after trapping and after squeezing more shorts, just somewhere around here. That would be more tempting for short sellers to try to go in again at the stock. But right now, again, all I can say is be very, very careful with these ones, okay? And that's my very honest opinion of it. Okay. Now, if you got value from the video, definitely destroy the like button for the YouTube algorithm, as always. If you are new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and click on the notification bell along with all notifications. That way you get notified whenever I release these post-market analysis videos, which are released every single day in the afternoon, and the pre-market analysis videos, which are released from Monday through Friday at exactly 8:15 a.m. Central Time, 15 minutes before the market opens. Unless there's like a holiday where like we don't have Fridays, for example, like we did on Christmas. So yeah, also if you're new to the channel, if you're new to trading, I left some step-by-step directions in the description of the video below. Step 1 through step 4. It only takes about 15 minutes or less to sign up with everything you need to get started in the stock market. If you're not following us on social media, you can find me right here at Paul and Guma and at Patternology Lab on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also get 3 free stocks after signing up with Webull. Use my very first link in the description below. And 1 free stock after signing up with Robinhood using my second link in the description below as well. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Paul Nguma with Patternology Lab, where we trade patterns and patterns only. And I'm going to see all of you in the next video. I hope all of you had a wonderful Christmas and have a great night.